All right. Okay. Looks good. Here, let's bring this in on the fun. So we have the YouTube stream. Good. There we go. We'll give it a minute. Let's see here. All right, I think Philippe is coming. Here we should play some pre-chat, pre-stream music here. There we go. We'll get started here in a second. Wait for Philippe to join. I think this one. Howdy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going?
All right, cool. Good. You?
Great so far. I'm real excited. This is going to be so welcome everyone. I guess this is it. We're going to get started. We are, what is it? 2022, February 15th. Looking through for stream issues here. So find it. Okay. I think we did. Let's take a look at the second one here. Have you seen this one before?
Yes, I think I did. I think
right.
I saw that one.
See what it's all about. Update response timeline viewer to show body, just to show response body. So whenever I have an issue with OAuth, so this tells me we're going to have to set up, I bet you we're going to have to set up an OAuth server. So let's try that.
Yeah.
In Insomnia, it takes an awful lot of effort to work out what has actually gone wrong. Have to make use of debugging proxies or add, this is a PR, or add breakpoints in DevTools. Adding the following or similar, if isn't appropriate, would make it a lot easier for me. Okay. So no description provided. Really useful to see this. Error, unauthorized client, error description, missing valid authorization header. So what are the reproduction steps is the first question that I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's try to get there was an OAuth. Let's see if we can find it. Somebody was very, very kind and made a setup that we can use. Here it is. Cool. So this is the person explaining what they did. They're using Keycloak. It's been a while since I ran this, but so let's grab this guy. Have you seen this before? Do you think this is the right direction to travel in?
Yeah. Either that or using the one of our Insomnia testing collections, the one that has the OAuth request to that dev Okta server thingy. But probably this one is the safest one for us to use.
Let's just try it. Let's see.
Yeah,
so
let's just try it.
So I keep my stuff under GitHub. Let's see. CHRODINGERSKET. It's got to be like some kind of joke. Then we need to do git clone git. Well, I guess Git gives you that. I can just GitHub gives you that. I always forget.
Yep.
Okay.
And you have the GitHub CLI now, so you could have used that.
Do I have the GitHub CLI? How does that work? GH
repo clone.
Was it? See,
it's fine. I mean, same happened to me. You pretty much just type, like, in this case, you would write Schrodinger's cat and slash and the thing.
Cat. Oh, I get it. Schrodinger's cat.
Okay. True.
Is that like cat in some language? Okay, let's run through this. Bare bones, fully featured. Okay. Oh, I think I have Docker. Yeah. So run.sh.
Okay. We're just streaming on this website, right? Not on the other stuff.
What do you mean?
Like
on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube or the other
We're live on
devices.
YouTube right now.
We are?
Yeah,
Where
it's
can I find
unlisted
it?
though. Yeah, it's
Oh,
unlisted.
okay. Okay.
I should probably mention that. I'll mention that in the stream channel. Yeah, I did. Unlisted. So you can get to it if you click that link in there, but
Otherwise, no.
otherwise, no. For now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, for trying out, I think it's perfectly fine.
I definitely learned that we need to have like stream starting soon banner of some kind. But that's fine. Okay, so it says it's going. Now that you're okay. So let's start up Insomnia on develop. I should have done this in the background. So I'm going to do a hard reset so that I can, let's read this stuff. So now that you have a fully functional OAuth server configured with SSL running, yeah, it's deleted after. Okay, good. Let's test it out. This repository is pre-configured REST client. Okay. File import. Two methods of importing collection are supported by this repository: file import and get sync. The former will be covered in this section. Okay, that's fine. Start by navigating to the dashboard, create, and then file, and then navigate to this repository and import that file. So that's fine. We can yeah, let me open up Dolphin here, and then we can I'll pull that off here, and then let's grab it.
Mm-hmm.
So GitHub, Schrodinger's ket. Cool. We need this file. Okay. Once the import is complete, you should see something like this after navigating to the debug tab. Oh, this is like an Insomnia import.
Yeah,
well, maybe we don't need to.
That's an Insomnia import. Yeah.
Maybe we don't need to really do this, but let's see let's see. We can read this while it's starting up. So I see he's gonna port. Okay. This is a request, and here's the authorization. Okay, so let's import it just to have it, and that'll be fine. It'll be like a nice nice little thing. I'll grab this path. Okay, you should be all set to test out the request on the left side. They'll fail since Keycloak is configured with self-signed certs. This is intentional. We can disable SSL verifications. Yep, validate certificates option.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that is neat. Okay, let's see how we're doing over here. It's coming. So we're going to do the validate certificates thing. I should have started Insomnia going first, but that's okay. Make any request is left up to the Git user. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let's grab this. Is this one? Oh, okay, here it goes. It started, but let's give it a second. Oh, we want to do this one.
Yep.
We can delete this. So let's pull this out and make it full screen here. So what is this PR update response? So let me go grab it with Git Kraken. Here we are. Add the remote. Yep. And then we're gonna grab this. Let's try to rebase it, see what happens. On develop. Oh, we shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. I want to be on develop still because I want to see it. I want to see it before here. The beta was released today. Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
So okay, let's import from file. Let's import that. Can I just give it a location? Does this not have that? Okay. Here we go. GitHub. Where is it? There. Great.
Nice.
Key cloak. Sweet. Get user info. Well, that's funny. He put them in a folder after. Okay, great. And then as he said, let's put this on the right here. And we don't need that open. We need
The PR. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were looking at no, we do. We want this guy. Okay. I closed the wrong tab. That's fine. So we want to open this. Follow redirects, validate certificates. We can turn that off. Let's try again.
Can you just before go into the timeline there
Sure.
of the requests? Because wait. All right. I'm just curious to know if that's going to change with the other PR. That one in
Oh, okay,
particular.
I see what you mean. Validate certificates during authentication. Okay. So let's try that. Nothing. Once you've made these changes, you should be all set to make any requests on the Git user info folder. Happy. There we go. Okay.
Cool.
So OAuth 2. Okay, so this stuff is already input. Same for here. So, but why doesn't this work? Should this work? 8443. Let's look at our server here. So let's put Insomnia on the left. So nothing. No log.
I don't think it's logging anything. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. All right, let's put us back on the left here, and then let's go grab this. Okay, back to this then. So whenever I have an issue with OAuth in Insomnia, it takes an awful lot of work to figure out what has actually gone wrong. Have to make use of debug and add breakpoints and dev tools. Oh, really? Wow. So we need to somehow get this failed to fetch. So they're using the Twitter API. Okay. We could probably do that. So OAuth 2 enabled. Oh, this is this an old ticket? January 7th? Interesting. It looks a little different. The enabled is in a different place. I hope that didn't change by accident sometime recently. Well, anywho, let's see what's going on here. Cert authority invalid. Loading. Let me make sure there's no. Oh. Cool. So I'm just making sure I can see comments. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So loading. Cert authority invalid. So I think let's make sure we click the right things. Back to this. Oh, that's funny. It's this thing is wrong. It says HTTP snippet, but it's not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. KDE for the win. So clear. Maybe we should clear this OAuth 2 session and try again. Oh, cool. Yeah, there it worked. So we want to do admin. Boom. All right.
Nice.
Good. So that's what we were. Resource owner. Cool.
That's pretty awesome then, because we can add that. It's probably what David is doing for the smoke test, and we can add that.
Yeah, it works. I've used this guy's thing is really we were really appreciative when this person Schrodinger's cat gave us this. Okay, so failed to fetch, no description provided. So we want to look for really useful to see this unauthorized missing valid authorization header. So let's try to remove one of the headers. Let's look at the timeline and see what headers were sent and see if we can just remove it. So host user agent authorization. Which header was missing? Do we know? I don't know. I don't know how to reproduce this. So let's see if the code will give us any hints. Get body buffer. So this is what? Timeline viewer. Okay. Body. Get body buffer response to string. That state that body. Uh-oh. Changing the default value on a code editor is always scary. I think we're going to have to...
For the timeline viewer, it's that weird timeline viewer that, not that one on the side, but even then notice that it is indeed not printing the response body there in the case of success.
Okay, let's rebase, or let's pull down this guy. It should rebuild here. Okay, I'm gonna reload. And let's try it again and see if we can see a different response. Yep. It'd be best to see the error. So here's what it was before. There we go.
It prints there. Yeah. So that is I guess, regardless if it's an error or not, the contributor here just added that.
Oh, okay. So what is that bar doing? Let's look at the code. Why is there there's like a bar there? I don't think we want to do that. But this raises the question, like, how does the like let's make a regular GET request to mockbin. So let's do like JSON. Let's do that. Look in the timeline. What is this? It won't go away.
So yeah, on the timeline we never print the body.
We do right here.
On my but that's because you have the compiled one from the rebase.
I'll pull up the last production.
Because I was checking on last beta that I have here, the one that we spawned this morning, and it's not showing me the response body like for simple request on mockbin.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I believe you, but I also don't believe you.
No, go ahead.
All right.
I would have done the same thing.
Because I feel like I've seen that before, and that's kind of kooky if it's not there.
True.
Timeline. Yeah, bro, it's right here in purple.
No, go down. That's the request body, not the response body. Actually, response body. That's what I mean. The response body. So basically, they're just adding the printout of the response body, not the request body. Yeah.
Well, why can't you see?
Sorry if I said request. I meant
wait. Why couldn't they see that here? No, we don't want to put it in the timeline. We have like a whole separate tab for it.
But probably they can't see that in the raw tab.
No, I don't think so.
If it's in one of those in between requests for OAuth, I think that's why you see like that screenshot over there. That they pressed the in between timeline. Hence, this would impact the entire timeline for everything.
This is an XY pro. You know about? Oh, Amy. Hey, Amy. Do you want to join? There you go.
Oh, I just came to watch. I think I clicked on the wrong links.
Oh, you can go to YouTube if you just want to watch.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll do that.
All right, see you there.
Bye.
Write a comment so we can see. Say hello on YouTube, and then we'll see how it looks.
Okay.
Cool. So I think okay, I see what you're saying. This is not okay. Because there's like another request being made as part of the OAuth flow, and that's where the error is happening.
Yeah, but that would change it for everything. But if you read what they are saying on the description, like the reason is just for making their life easier, and for those in between requests, just to understand.
Okay, so then what we need to do? Okay, so the real solution to this is to put the body here. To put it here in the can you see my mouse? Like where the green square is. That's the real fix. We don't want to put the whole body anytime anyone makes any request in the timeline view. We definitely don't want to do that. It could be megabytes long, for example,
Yeah.
is a different reason. So this is not going to be the fix, but I now I understand. I think what they need, and they need to see it somewhere, and the place they found to see it is just not the right place. That's all.
Yeah.
They get it to pop out. I didn't know the timeline view.
No, because it's the it's in the case of the OAuth erroring. It's hidden in that small menu. That's why they put like a green rectangle there.
Oh,
It's only if it fails on the on those
okay.
OAuth.
Okay,
OAuth
let's try to force that error, and if we can't do it, we'll do it the other way. Okay, so failed to fetch. What did it say? No description provided. Actually, is what we want to search. No. Okay, there it is. That was nice and easy. So we want to force. Okay, error button, error URI button, link. This is where the thing is going to happen. So
Yeah.
when they click on fail to fetch, do you know of a way that we can token status 401? Maybe we can force it like that.
Yeah. On the
try to-
existing one.
Exactly. Let's try to force it. So
maybe change the password when you're doing the send.
Okay.
Instead
Yeah,
of sending
that's fine.
admin.
That's a good point. We can clear the session. Okay, let's clear the session. It'd be nice to have. Oh, there it is. Clear OAuth 2 session. Okay, cool. So, what?
Oh snap!
That shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Admin preferred username. Has it been entered here? No. Let's do it up. Let's do it like we did before. I hope that's not a. We just found a bug. So, no, it didn't come up on another screen. Preferred. Is there a cookie? There's a cookie. That's what it is. Yep, there's a cookie. Okay, working as intended. Right.
All right.
We need to clear it now. Okay. Now it should work. Cookie. Still no cookies. Okay. Let's actually read it here for a second. Okay. User info. Oh, is this it? No, this is unrelated, right? This got to be unrelated. Oh, request, refresh token, clear. There we go. Okay, that was the problem. Oh, okay, I have to put it on there. All right.
Okay, so now try it like a different password.
Admin, and then like nothing. There. Great.
That's the one. Yeah.
400, and then when you click on the bug, wow, that's really hard to see. When you click on the bug,
then you see the timeline.
But the timeline doesn't include the body, so that's where we need to fix. Okay, so debug. Really, this whole thing, that would be like the first thing I would fix. Is this? It's really counter. I would never have known. Like I would have never known to click on that little tiny little tiny guy there.
Hold up. That's the same timeline as the one we show right there on the right, right?
No, it's not. See this thing, token not provided, but over here it says invalid grant code not valid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that's the in-between one. That's the one we want to add that in.
So is that, I guess actually we want to see, maybe I take it back. Maybe we want to create an option to see the request body. So let's see how this is being thrown into the app here. So show modal, response debug modal, fine, response ID. Okay, so let's look at response debug modal. And okay, so what we're going to need to do, let's just try to do it. He added, let's go back to the PR and see what he added, or she, I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, okay. Timeline viewer, body was added. Optional string, get body buffer. Okay, so what we really want is to have a Boolean that we can send into response timeline viewer.
Yep.
That will, and I guess the string, the presence or absence of the string itself can serve. Okay, so response timeline viewer. Let's go here. We're gonna make this optional, and we're gonna set this equal. We're just gonna take it out. And then let's do let's do it that way. So we don't want that. Maybe we do want that. What I don't know is why that vertical bar not in TypeScript, please. Prefix data in, data out. So I think we want to do this prefix thing here. Render row. It's been a while since I looked at this, but we want to do timeline. Yeah, this is not what we don't want to do some kind of like after the fact throw it in there type of deal.
Yep.
But we'll get it. So the timeline needs to include a row. Okay, so if there's a body, the timeline needs to include a row for that body. So let's go to where the timeline is set. I wish it wasn't any, but anyway, TypeScript would be very helpful right now, but now we don't know. So get timeline, response timeline entry. So let's fix that. Response timeline entry. Great, no errors. And then this is not async, so we can fix that. It's not async either. So it was added here, but really what we want to do is get response.get timeline needs to have a Boolean for show body. Right?
Yep.
Sweet. We'll handle that in a second. So then let's pipe all that in. So if so we don't need to send the body from here. Okay. So then this is going to be show body. Same thing. Okay. So then we can do this. False. There. And let's alphabetize these just to be a bro about it. So we don't care about that. And actually it's not state, it's a prop. So let's pull it up here, and then we don't need it in state because we're not changing it. We're not mutating it here. And then this goes away completely because the thing that we're actually fixing is going to be the thing that provides us those elements. Then we're gonna remove that as well, which means values. No, we want it to be rows, and it was rows before, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we don't want to.
They were basically adding to the rows. Yep.
Default value rows. Was there something else done here? Rows. Dot join. Okay, so this stuff needs. We would have seen that in the diff when we did a review, in the end, self-review, but that's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so great. So we have that. We might have to keep this header. Let's do this render row thing. Okay, so this is a response row called response timeline entry. Okay. Response timeline entry. This is a number, and then response timeline entry array. Fine, I can handle that. All right. So let's fix it to all the way up the top of the chain here just to get it. So OAuth 2 is going to be sending show body true. This should error, but if our types are not correct, it will not. If our types are not correct, so it won't error. It should error. So that's always a good time. But let's go find it. Response debug modal. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So this has props, or it has a config. Oh, because of our modal system, it's actually a config. So somehow we need to send here show body, and then the response comes from here. So it's probably going to be the same place. Okay, show options. Here is where we add it. So we're going to say show body. It's optional. Boolean. Okay.
Yep.
There, the state needs to know about it. Optional. I forgot that. Let's.
Where do you first set it?
I set it in the. 1 second. Show body. So what happens is we have this helper. We don't have a modal system. It's one of the things we're really lacking. This project was put together before modals were like. It was definitely put together before React portals existed, which was a solution that the React team came up with to solve some problems that everyone was experiencing with modals. This is like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they added portals, and then so there's ways to do modals in line now. So you don't need to but what we do when we it's a brief sidebar. What we do is very unfortunate, but when we boot the app, every single possible modal that you can see in the app, all of them are all in the DOM at the same time.
Oh, snap.
I know. It's very sad. But it's a problem actually, because what that means is that they're stateful, not stateless. So if you have a situation like this where you want to like effectively pass props to a modal that you just use on a one-off thing, you can't, because it's already been given some props. So you need to initialize it for the common use case with no props, and then you call show, which because of that registration everything knows about, and then the show will pass in the options, and the options will set state. And then this is actually a bug, but anyway, after the way that this works, after the state is set, it will show the modal, which is just a Boolean that's keeping track of the ref. So it's like a super duper manual, but it's hard to criticize. This is the way that it used to have to be like 5 years ago. This is the way that people did it. But there's much better ways now that you don't need to have like this stuff. One, you might be thinking, if in case you are, like, one really unfortunate side effect of this architecture is that it means that we can never have two of the same kind of modal open at the same time. Because from the perspective, there's no such thing. There is only one alert modal. So we have multiple alerts that we want to show somebody, like in this case, actually, there's like two things that there's two timelines we want to show them.
Yeah.
Instead of being able to do that, we would have to like save the state, cache the state of the first one, clear it, set the state for the newest one, show them that, and then when they handle it, re-implement the state of the next one. It's kind of interesting. Oh, look at that. Hey guys, from Awang 1596. Cool, thanks. So sorry, I didn't see that sooner. That was like, what was that? 3 minutes ago? That's fine. So yeah, that's basically what's going on here, and that's the general architecture. I don't know why this is erroring. Show body options. Oh, because I didn't destructure it. That's funny. Let's okay. Oh, because we're doing that. Okay, I'm not gonna rock the boat. We got other fish to fry, so I'll just put it in here longhand. Show body. Okay, so in review, the OAuth thing is going to call show body, and it's going to call the show modal, the show method of this class, which is already registered because that's how we do it. It's going to call show body. Show body is going to, we should have types for this now, which would have helped a lot, but show body is going to be a state of the response debug modal, because there's no other way to capture it. So it'll get set. When it gets set and this thing renders, it'll pass it to response timeline viewer. And then response timeline viewer also was missing types, but it has that one now. And it will call, eventually it will call this get timeline method, and we need to pass that in here. So show body. And then show body. I wonder what else is calling this. Like really, yeah, really nothing else in the app. Response pane and response timeline viewer.
Yeah.
So
So
I
the
don't know.
normal timeline and this other timeline modal thingy.
Well, I think this is probably a hack why it's here. It would be my guess. Let's remove this now that we see it. Because this also probably calls yeah, this also calls so there's some other reason, some external reason, I don't know what it is. Handle download full response body. Okay, well that makes sense. It's not a hack then. This button there's a button you click somewhere that will download, and when it does that, you'll need to go get the whole thing
timeline.
again. Yeah. So that makes a bit of sense. But we don't need to worry about that Boolean we're adding to that. Okay. Then show body. Okay, great. Show body. Get timeline from path. I don't know why this is being I don't want to live this way. It's just not. Let's just not play games. There's literally no reason to have that function. Nothing else calls it. Like, let's just make triple sure it's not. Yeah, it's not. So, okay, timeline path. So, path equals response. We can just grab this stuff.
Yep.
And then get rid of this. Great. Thank you, ESLint. Okay, so if there's no body, I don't understand. What does that mean? For no body, so return empty buffer. That's not really what that is. That's the timeline path. I don't know what the timeline path is though, but it's not the body. Read file sync. Oh, I got it. So here's a fun fact about Insomnia. And one of the biggest blockers that we will have to figure out a solution for if we move Insomnia to the browser. When you make a request, before showing you that response, it saves the request as a file on disk.
Oh.
It then reads that file conditionally to show you. The reason is it's not in this part of the code, but the reason is that what if you have a multi-megabyte response? Just making the request will crash the app. So you really need to put it somewhere. You can't put it in memory or multi-gigabyte response. I don't know. You need to put it somewhere and then allow the user the option to say, hey, is this gonna be working or not? You know what I mean?
Oh, I get that sometimes when it asks me, hey, do you want to render the response? I think that's it, right?
Yes.
In some cases, I think.
Right. Exactly. If it's really large. Okay, so we're gonna get there. We have 15 minutes. I think we can make this work. So, okay, show body. We're gonna do where's it gonna go? So timeline path. Okay, so this is the entire body. Get timeline. So it's gonna return raw buffer to string.
But why do we need the show body on the get timeline though?
That's interesting. So the
because
response,
it's not rendering, right?
There. Okay, I know what this is now. Timeline path is a path on disk to where the timeline is, and the timeline may or may not include the body. And so what we actually need to do is pipe it to that function that creates the timeline. So let's go see store timeline. There's this stuff. So this is in the network side of the house, which gets very scary very quickly. So this did not include, which, by the way, the thing I just explained is another reason why we can't implement what's in the PR, even if we wanted to, because it would mean crashing the app on not even that large, because, I mean, responses can be gigantic, you know. It would mean crashing the app unconditionally if we just put the body in there at all times. We need to be able to say in these very specific situations we want to see it. And this is one where we know there's it's debug modal, so we know there was an error and the error is not likely to be very large. Okay, so let's see if we can doc, unlink, hook, remove. So we're gonna get far afield here really quickly, but maybe there's a, let's look at this. Maybe there's a way. Get timeline. Let's see, raw buffer. Yeah. So when the request is made, we have some options. We can do, like, we can grab the body path from here, and then we can read it as well. Let's try that. It's a tad hacky, but let's do that for a second and see what it looks like, or that it looks like anything. So const raw read sync body path, and then we can just duplicate this, and delete this, and we want raw body buffer is the one we want. And then let's grab this for a second. And then we can take this out. Not that it really matters right this moment, but oops, neural. Okay. So show body. Okay, so if, okay, so then here we're gonna say show body. If that happens, you know what? Since it's conditional, we're just gonna inline it. Okay, or empty array, because it'll spread to nothing. Okay, great. So then we have that going. That's all piped up. So that should work now. And then what I wonder is gonna let's just try it. Let's just go for the gold here. So I'm gonna go here and I want to see that error. Let's refresh.
Well, Dimitri, what I don't get is, why do we need to see to fetch that body path stuff on the get timeline? Like, the body isn't already part of what you load.
That's
when
correct.
You're loading the timeline
body
path?
is not part of the timeline, which is the source of the bug in the first place. Right? So we have some bug here. Let's see. Showing notification. So no description provided. So the timeline failed to read response body. Okay. Async proxy. Oh, okay. Let's okay. Our let's grab this. Body equals that, and then let's grab this out as well. Oops, we want to take this and make it the, what is it called? Timeline. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, and we'll keep that one in there. So timeline, let's just call it body. Response body is a little much. So let's take a look. We'll do the same thing again. Reload everyone here. I'm gonna close, or at least I'll move this production Insomnia aside. Sometimes I'm developing against something local, and then I don't realize I was like testing against production, and then I'm like, man, this doesn't.
It's not working.
It's not working. What's going on? Okay, body. So that's the problem. We didn't JSON parse it. JSON stringify or whatever. ToString. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. All right. Fine. We don't need to parse it. That's the issue. Or Yeah, we don't want to parse it. We just want it to be raw. So then it's not going to be a data structure. It should be okay. Let's try again. 10 minutes left. Let's see if we can do it. All right. There we go. Let's see there. Uh-huh. Okay, something showed up. Error, invalid grant. Okay. Grant type. So what we are experiencing is that it doesn't show the output. Okay. So remember I said we're going to have to reference this thing here?
Yeah.
You want to see, like, let's grab one of these and see where this is happening, because we're going to spoof it. Just to see, yeah. SSL, okay. Is this exported? No, it's not. Let's export it so we can do that. So we are creating, we need to create a TypeScript will tell us exactly what we need to do, actually. So we need to create a response timeline entry out of this body. So we have a string for the body. Oh, and we need to do, okay, so body equals this, or we're going to do let. I'm in a hurry, so let's just do this. Do this the dumbest way possible, and then we can make it nice later. So body, show body, then we got that. That's our string. We don't need to parse it really at all. Oh, and then it doesn't need to even be okay. Let's do it like that. String is not assignable. Okay, see, this is perfect. So it's going to say string is not assignable. So body, let's take body string. First of all, let's import this while it's in my clipboard. And we need to do, what's it going to be? Tell me, TypeScript. Oh, dot data out. Yep, that sounds right. And then what are these things called? Is there a name for this? Migration, libcurl. Let's open up this timeline entry data structure here, and we'll see what it is. So response timeline entry. So I bet you name is that it's probably poorly named.
Mm-hmm.
This and put it over here. Where is our file that we had? Did I close it?
It should be in there. Yeah.
This is it. Oh, it's in here. Wait, I exported it. Oh, no. We're good. We're good. Okay, so this is going to be const name equals that. So we're going to say name value, and then the value is going to be that. And then what was the other thing? Time.
I think it.
TypeScript will tell us. Let's do this. As where is it? Response, yeah.
Yeah.
Line
response timeline entry.
So we can do this here, and this will keep us from having to cast, and it will also catch if there's an error. Yeah. Timestamp. Okay. So timestamp equals new date.now. No, just new date. Okay. New date. So we have that.
It's complaining about something.
Yeah, let's see what it is. Date is not assignable to number. I must have grabbed that from the wrong. Yeah, date.now. Okay, it's date.now. I just looked in a different place. It's this one in network TS. I looked here in response.
Yep.
So date.now, and we don't need to new that, or do we? No, we don't. So it's not.
And you also don't need the parentheses on date.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. Hashtag refactor life. Okay, so now what we should expect, it just rebuilt. What we are expecting, we got 5 minutes. We're expecting to see some stuff. That's our source maps being messed up. Not related. Not at all related. Okay, timeline, body. Okay, so let's go to OAuth here. Let's click on this guy. There it is. Invalid grant, code not valid, which is different than this. even if we view raw data, very different.
Yep.
So
Because that's the in-between one. Yep.
That's the in-between one. And because we spoofed it with that, I mean, spoof is a strong word, but because we faked a line at the end there, now we like notice what let's look at the diff now. Okay, so we'll do like a quick self-review.
Can you just check real quick if the other timeline is unaffected?
Yeah, great point.
For normal requests.
So here's the timeline. Nothing.
And for for the my request that you have up there, the mock bin one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, sure. Nothing.
And nothing. Okay.
Yeah. So they were fairly close, this person, to like, but I guess I wouldn't expect somebody to like look how much stuff we had to know to be able to actually do this the way that it needs to be. But yeah, this is ultimately what we want, and I feel like it's okay in this case. Like the only thing passing true in is, so let's just look here. So I'll try to do this diff in order of let me make this bigger. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, we can do it.
Yep.
Okay, so the OAuth to auth component is passing as a constant show body true to whatever it shows for the response. Nothing else needs to change here. And this calls response debug modal. So let's stage files as we go. So response debug modal, it has in its state, and it has to be state because of our system, it has an option for show body, which we just pass along there. And that option just gets passed down. So it's prop drilling to response timeline viewer.
Okay.
So we're good with that. Response timeline viewer. Response timeline viewer then takes that as a prop optionally, and it has a timeline that it gets from modals.response.get timeline, and we pass that the value of show body. It's optional in both cases, so we're all good. Those are just giving those types that they were missing. So this stuff is just reverting it to what it was before. So that's all good. Response pane. Let's look here. Response pane. Oh, we just got rid of an unnecessary await. Those are all over the code. I try to get rid of them when we can. Okay, in network TS, we needed to export this enum. I don't know why this one is here, but I'm assuming there's a reason. But anyway, we needed to export this map so that we could grab this data out value. We don't want to we don't want to duplicate that.
Mind you, there's an SSL data out there.
Oh, what is that? Is that more appropriate?
I'm not sure if we even should support.
Okay, let's try that. Let's try that in a second. I want to finish the tour here. So
yeah.
That's a good point, though. Let's. I didn't even notice that. So this is where the majority of our work happened. We inlined this function because we're gonna leave it cleaner than we found it. Nothing else is calling that. So from the response, we get the timeline path and the body path, and we are going to conditionally. Maybe I'll clean this up later, but we are going to conditionally grab the body. If somebody gave us this show body option, we're going to grab the body, and then we are going to, oh, look, we don't even need, okay, hold on a second. We don't even need that default. I like to remove those defaults where this is not necessary because it'll empty strings are falsy. So we don't want to even deal with that. Okay. So if there's no timeline path, then just read it here. If there's no timeline path, that's fine. But if there is, we're going to try to read that and read the body. Raw buffer, timeline buffer, body. Okay, so we're going to read the body here, and we're going to create a response timeline entry for the body, and we're going to add that at the end. And then, we don't want a console log. Okay, caught that in our review. Good. So we don't want a console log. But then from that point forward, then we go back up the chain. The response of this body is going to
include
it's going to follow all the machinery that we already built. We don't have to do there's no custom anything now, which is a big win here. Response timeline viewer. So all of this stuff where it uses the notice that this person, in order to make it look the same, needed to add the bar and stuff. We don't need to do any of that. So let's stage all those changes, and then let's make that change that you were talking about. So this is going to be SS. What is it? Thank you.
No, but that's the thing. Should we support both of them? Both in the case of SSL data out and the data out.
Is this SSL data out? I don't know what that is or what it even means.
Does it mean that sometimes that in-between request can go through SSL or not?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think we can stick. I think it's reasonably appropriate to stick with the with this guy for now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here is what it looks like.
So
we can ask. Let's ask around on the team and see what people think. Maybe somebody has, or like we'll ask our product. Will's. I guess I just don't know. He happens because he came from a background of doing this kind of stuff. I think he might know better than me actually which one is most appropriate. But that's the only thing we would need to change. Of course, we need to write some tests and stuff. But that was good. We did it.
Yeah,
I think we got there.
Very nice.
That's a big win actually, because there's nowhere else that you could see that data, as this person points out. So, and we did it in a way that's not super duper hacky and will not create, because like if we did it another way, we're going to get immediately flooded with bugs, with people's bug reports, with people saying my app is crashed when I send this request.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. But
we could try maybe next stream to add tests for this and also get back on the SSL data out stuff.
I'd be cool with that. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Take good care.